Hello, girlies. Welcome to my official YouTube channel. Now, if you followed me on Instagram and TikTok, you'll see that I've played around with this space and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So just bear with me. I'm going to be changing this up a couple of times, and this is my first official YouTube workout. Now, I'm used to teaching clients in person with like blaring music. So I kind of feel like naked or blind. I don't know, one of those right now. So just bear with me as I figure this out. Today we have an express core workout, and all you need is your mat. Just some open space. We're just going to be doing some body weight core. This is an express workout, so we are going to be cranking this out. So when you're ready, go ahead and meet me in a high plank. Your wrists are going to line up with your shoulders. You're going to curl your knees off of that mat. Inner thighs, knees, ankles are going to squeeze together. Now I want you to find a little bend in the elbows to take the weight off of the wrist. If you have any kind of wrist issues, you can always come to your knuckles to take the flexion out of your wrist. If not, you can always come down to the forearms at any point in this as well. Now we're going to start to lift the hips up to the ceiling, dropping the heels for a downward dog stretch, feeling that deep stretch in the back of your calves. Big inhale. Exhale, you're going to float it back down to your high plank. Drop the knees down to the mat. Push your hips back for a child's pose. So we're just going to find a little stretch right here, starting to engage the abdominals. Curl the toes off. Knees come up to that high plank. Lift the hips up and back. Drop the heels. Feel that deep stretch in the back of the calves. Exhale, come back down to center, stacking those shoulders in line with your wrist. Slowly drop the knees down, rest the tops of your feet on the mat, push your hips back, let your heart sink down towards that mat, just enjoying this stretch right here. You have two more just like that, and then we're going to be holding it in your high plank. Exhale back down, drop the knees, rest the feet, pushing your palms into that mat, letting your heart sink down, big inhale. And exhale, slowly float back up to your high plank. Curl the toes off. Last one. Hips lift up, dropping those heels down a little bit further this time. Exhale, back down to center. Drop the knees. Rest the feet. Push the hips back. And when you're ready, meet me in that high plank. So we're going to hold the shoulders stacked in line with your wrist right here. I want you actively pushing that mat away from you as if you're trying to push it down into the floor beneath you. Now when you're ready, your right toes are going to lift off. You're just going to start to pull your knee into your chest. Big inhale, and then exhale, extend it back. So pointing through those toes, finding length as you re-extend. You're not here in this plank long, so I want you to try to stay with me just for the next minute or so. We get to lay down on this mat right after we finish this plank set. Exhale, extend. Stay with me. Inhale and exhale. So each time you draw that knee into your chest, I want you to pull that belly button into your spine. Your hips are staying nice and still. Abdominals stay engaged. Two more. Last one, step it down. Your left toes lift off. Point your toe, pull your knee into your chest. Big inhale and exhale. Again, just firing up those abs right here. You're not here long. Beautiful. Breathing through this. Inhale in. Exhale, extend. Two more. Last one, step it down. I want you to walk it down to your forearms. So now your elbows stack in line with your shoulders. Now you're just going to start to find a saw right here. So you're going to saw yourself forward. So your shoulders shift up, and then you're going to shift your weight back into your heels as you shift back. And so your shoulders restack in line with the elbows. So inhale, forward. Exhale, press back. Beautiful, girls. Just a couple more right here. Breathing through this. Four more. Last three. Last two. Last one. Hold it right here. Bring your right knuckle to your left elbow. You're going to stack your hips, come into a side plank. We're going to do a little bit of oblique work to finish off this plank, and then we get to lay down. So bring your left foot in front of your right. If you want to modify, if you need to modify further from that, you can bend the knees and stack the knees. Your hips are stacked no matter where you're at in this. So I want you to think your hips stay facing forward. Now, when you're ready, left fingertips reach up. You're going to find an oblique twist, reaching underneath that right hip, lifting the hips higher to the ceiling. And then exhale, fingertips reach back up, hips drop down. So inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Remember, you want to make that right oblique work right here. So each time the left fingertips reach underneath that right hip, I want you actively lifting up and out of that right oblique, lifting the hips higher to the ceiling each time. You have two more. Last one, you're going to hold it lifted. Stay with me. Fingertips stay lifted. Gazes up. Little lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't drop. Come back to center. Center back up. Your left knuckle meets your right elbow. Stack your hips. Remember, if you need to modify, walk your top foot in front of your bottom or bend the knees and stack the knees one on top of the other. Right fingertips reach underneath your left oblique and then right back up towards the ceiling. So inhale, curl. Exhale, reach. So remember, we want to make that left oblique work right here. So each time the fingertips curl underneath that hip, you want to lift those hips higher to the ceiling as if you're trying to tap your right hip up towards the ceiling. Just a couple more. Breathe. Last two. Last one, don't drop. Right fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. Little lifts with the hips for 10, for 9, 8, stay with it, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Open up the knees, press your palms into the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, push the hips back for a child's pose. And when you're ready, we're going to lay all the way down on our mat. Just a couple more minutes right here. So when you're ready, we're going to lay all the way down on that mat. I want you to bring your knees to tabletop. Fingertips are going to reach up towards the ceiling. We have a couple of dead bugs. So your right fingertips are going to extend back behind you. Left toes are going to reach out in front of you. You're going to exhale, bring it back to center. Your left fingertips reach behind you. Right toes reach out. So the goal right here is to keep that lower back grounded down to your mat. Good. Just breathing through this. Your abdominals should be nice and warm after that plank series. Making sure those knees don't creep into your chest right here. Just a couple more. Last 3. Exhale, bring it in. Last 2. Last 1. Now, fingertips are going to come right behind your head. Don't pull on your neck. We have a little combo. So we're going to find a little tabletop crunch. You're going to curl the head, neck, and shoulders off. Once you're there, you're going to tap the toes down towards the end of your mat and then lift back up to that tabletop position. Rest the head, neck, and shoulders, and then curl right back up. Your gaze is above your toes. We want a nice neutral gaze to take that pressure out of our neck. So inhale, lower down. Exhale, use the abdominals to lift yourself up. The toes reach out and back down. Beautiful. So keeping the head, neck, and shoulders lifted as you tap those toes down, keeping your lower back grounded down to your mat as the toes tap. That's the hard part. That's where you got to engage those abdominals. Let them stay fired up. I know we are burning out that core right here. Stay with me. Inner thighs, knees, ankles are squeezing together. Point those toes. Breathe. Exhale to center. Good. Stay with me. You only got one more move, and then you're going to be out of this core block. Stay with me, y'all. Good. Breathe. Exhale. Lift. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Tap it down. Keep the head, neck, and shoulders lifted. Now your gaze can stay above the toes. Now I want your fingertips to either stay behind your head or the fingertips can reach up. You're going to extend your legs. You're going to find alternating scissor kicks. So you're going to drop the left toes down and the right toes down. If you want a little bit more, you can reach towards the outside of each ankle each time you switch. Good. Finding length right here. If this starts to bother your neck, again, bring the fingertips behind your head. You can always rest your head, neck, and shoulders right here if you feel too much pressure in your neck. Breathe. You inhale and you exhale, trying to get those shoulder blades off the mat. Each time you twist, you have 10. You have 9. This is it. Last 7. 6. 5. 4. Breathe. 3. 2. And 1. Hug those knees into your chest, nice and tight. You can rock your lower back side to side on the mat if that feels good to you. Bring your arms to a goalpost position. You can guide your knees towards the right side of your body and take your gaze over towards the left. Big inhale. On your exhale, back to center, to the other side. Take your knees over to the left. Take your gaze towards the right. And back to center one more time. Hug those knees in nice and tight. And then rock yourself backwards and forwards until you rock yourself all the way up at the top. Yay, you did it. You completed my very first Express Core workout. So let me know what you think, like, and subscribe if you want a little bit more. I'm gonna be doing longer workouts, but I just wanted to kind of do a little intro video so y'all could get a taste of what it's like to work out with me. I hope y'all have a great day. Love you, bye.